The fantasy football season is over, and we've got some awards to hand out, baby.
Are you ready? Let's go!
We are back. Welcome back to the Fourth and Flex Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm Bandy. That's Trey. And the time is now. Buddy, what is going on?
Let me tell you, man, we have an amazing wild card weekend coming up ahead of us, but we're not here to talk about that today. We'll be doing that on our Friday show. But today we're here to give out some awards to these guys that either carried us or sunk us in the fantasy football.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We've got some fantasy football awards that we are giving out, our 2023 Fantasy Football Awards. But before we get into that, guys, we have got to hear from the sponsors of this show that is also presented by BetOnline, baby. BetOnline. Look, with NFL playoffs right around the corner and the NBA season in full swing, BetOnline has you covered with all the up-to-the-second odds, news, and scores, with additional odds, lines, trends, and info on both desktop and mobile. You can access the world's best wagering information anytime. Head there today to get into the action and see all the updated odds. Remember to use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts, baby.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bet Online, man. Good stuff going over there. There's a link down in the description. Don't forget to use that promo code BELIEVE. BLEAV, BELIEVE, baby, believe. But we have got some awards to give out, man. It was a great fantasy football season. Trey, we cried, we laughed, we had a good time. We won some championships. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, we didn't win them all. Should have won them all, but, things happen, and that's the way fantasy is. But, better luck next year.
Better luck next year, buddy. Better luck next year. But yeah, hey, why don't we go ahead and jump into the awards, my friend? I'm pretty excited about this one, man. Some good ones to give out for you this year. Let's go ahead and jump into it, buddy. 2023 Fantasy Football Awards. The first category, we've got the You Suck Award. Guys, these are players, obviously your biggest fantasy football disappointments for this season. And the nominees are Austin Eckler, Khalil Herbert, Dameon Pierce, and your boy T. Higgins.
Yeah, man. I've got Austin Eckler in several leagues. I had him in this year. I drafted him in the first round, obviously in all those leagues. And he just did not produce to the level that I wanted him to. Every week it just felt like I was starting him because I drafted him round one. I should have benched him almost the whole year.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. And then there's Khalil Herbert. Khalil Herbert, we know why he's there, man. One of those guys that was just really ramped up in the offseason. He was the guy. We saw him produce as the number 2 last year. So we really thought when he got his opportunity, he was going to kill it. So we drafted this guy so much that our thumbs hurt. Khalil Herbert, you know why you're on the You Suck Award.
Yeah, and then you got Dameon Pierce, who, last year, was really producing. And this year, lost his job to Devin Singletary. He didn't even get a single snap in Week 18.
Insane. And then we got T. Higgins, the man, T. Higgins, the tall, lanky wide receiver on the Bengals. Yeah, they lost Joe Burrow, and they also lost Jamar Chase. T. Higgins, this was your moment to shine, and you really just didn't do it for us, buddy.
Sad.
It is sad, buddy. But let's see. The winner is who do we got? The winner is Dameon Pierce. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, man. Dameon Pierce, he really, the way I say it is he went from kicking ass to losing his job. Last year, he had 4 top 15 finishes, 3 being top 10, and 6 in the top 30. This year, he had 0 top 10 finishes, only 1 top 15 finish, and only 3 top 30 finishes. In week 18, like I said, he didn't even get a single snap. I mean, Dameon Pierce just really killed it for your fantasy team this year.
He sure did, buddy. And this is a guy that I was drafting pretty heavily because I was getting him for good value from what I thought. A rookie that came in last year and really just cleaned house on the Texans. You think that offense gets better? Dameon Pierce gets better? Just didn't happen, man. And that's why you are our You Suck Award winner this year.
That's right. Dameon Pierce, you suck.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But let's go ahead and move on to the next award, Trey. It's the We're Not Mad, We're Just Disappointed award.
Yeah, this is the player that you expected to go off for your team, and they weren't terrible, but they were just kind of mid-average. They didn't really produce the way you wanted them to.
Exactly. Let's see. The nominees are Tyler Lockett, Stephon Diggs, Travis Kelce, oh no, and then Bijan Robinson.
Yes, sir. Tyler Lockett obviously on this list, mostly because of the ups and downs. I mean, he had his high moments, but he had his games where I think he had like 1 or 2 goose eggs this year. I mean, it was just, you never knew when you should start him and when you could sit him. So you struggled with him all year.
Yeah, buddy. And then you got Stephon Diggs, really started off kind of hot. Still managed to have I believe, a top 10 finish somehow, but that's just because of the beginning of the season. But when you really needed him, he didn't do it for you because the last half of the season he just crumbled.
Yeah, man. And then Travis Kelce, obviously he finished tight end 3, but you drafted him for him to finish tight end 1. I mean, you wasted a first-round pick on this, and you could have got other tight ends way later in the draft. So it really killed your draft by drafting Kelce in the first round, And like I said, he still got a tight end 3 finish, so I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
And then there's Bijan Robinson. So much hype coming into the season with old Bijan. In the Atlanta offense, Arthur Smith, where he's going to run, right? They're going to use him here. They're going to use him there. There were times where he just killed it, had a top 10 finish. And then there were other times when you really need him, he just didn't shine. Again, we're not mad. We're just disappointed.
No doubt.
And guys, let's see who the winner is. Stephon Diggs. Congratulations, Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, man. He had a kid, and then he fell off hard. I mean, weeks 14 through 17, like the week before the championship and then all through the championship, he averaged a measly 31.8 yards per game with no touchdowns. And basically the most important weeks of the year, he let your team down completely. So we're not mad, Stephon. We're just disappointed, man.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, Tommy popping in down in the comments. Go, Pack, go. Tommy's happy, man. The Packers sneaked into the playoffs.
Yeah, man, and they're playing those Cowboys. Tommy, make sure you check out the Friday show. We'll be going over that game, and we'll have to let you know who we think is going to win it.
Yes, sir. But yeah, good stuff, man. Let's go ahead and move on to the next award, Trey. And that is the Thank God I Called That Guy award. Yeah, these are guys that you added off of the waiver. They helped you win your league or at least make a deep playoff run. These are guys that, thank God you called them. And let's see the nominees. We've got Puka Nacua, Jerome Ford, Kyron Williams, and of course, CJ Stroud.
Yes, sir. I mean, starting off, Puka Nacua, he comes in. Cooper Kupp gets hurt. This dude comes in and just blows you out of the water. If you've got Puka Nacua off the waiver wire, it's probably the best waiver grab of the year. I mean, Puka just went off for your team, was super consistent. I mean, great grab here. Thank God you called this guy.
Yeah, absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. Then there's Jerome Ford, man. Nick Chubb drafted very high, got hurt early in the season. I remember Jerome Ford popping on the waiver, and I'm like, should I spend this much of my fab on this guy? Yeah, he's going to be the bell cow. Yeah, he's going to get the carries, but I don't know if this guy's going to be any good. The answer was yes, you should spend as much as you needed to, and thank God you called that guy.
And then we got Kyron Williams. I mean, on the same team as Puka. We just come out of left field. No one expected, I think, this kid to come in and really put in work. I mean, he had games where he was their entire offense and really helped you win weeks in fantasy. I mean, Kyron Williams, I'm so glad I called that guy.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. And then there's the rookie sensation, probably rookie of the year, CJ Stroud, coming in, leading a Texans offense to the playoffs for the first time in I think, since 2018. The Texans welcome back, and that's because of your new head coach and brand shiny new rookie quarterback, CJ Stroud. The Texans are saying, thank God I called that guy.
No doubt.
And the winner is Puka Nakua.
Yeah, obviously it's Puka. Like I said, I came out and he had 9 top 15 finishes, 5 of those being top 10. He basically carried you to the finals. And in week 16, he basically won you that week, carrying you to the championship.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think he put up like 36 points in PPR formats. He was the number 4 wide receiver on the year that you found on the waiver wire. I mean, that's the biggest league winner I could think of this year. He had 105 receptions, almost 1,500 yards, 6 touchdowns, and averaged 14.2 yards a reception.
Woo! I love it. Puka Nakua, man. I was looking in some of my best ball drafts, and if you just go and look at the waiver wire ads on the best balls, where you obviously can't add people, you see all these people, Puka, you see Kyron Williams, and you're just like, these are points that people are just not getting in best ball.
Exactly.
Insane. Let's go to the next award, though, Trey, and this one is a fan favorite, and that is the shittiest Justin Award.
And no, Timberlake, you were not a nominee.
No, sir. No, sir. The nominees for the shittiest Justin are Justin Jefferson, Justin Herbert, Justin Tucker, and Justin Fields.
Yeah, man. Obviously, starting off, Justin Jefferson, still had a decent year, but was hurt for a lot of the year, and that's not what you drafted him for. A lot of people took him number 1 overall. You don't want a guy who's going to be out 4 games of the year, so it wasn't great. Obviously, it wasn't horrible. He still had some great games when he was in there, but it wasn't what you were expecting for sure.
Absolutely. You definitely missed some stuff. I think he finished, 29?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, insane. Then there's Justin Herbert. This guy was being drafted in Superflex, at least as about the 3rd, 4th, or 5th quarterback off the board. He definitely did not do that good for you. Wasn't worth the draft capital that you spent on him, Justin Herbert, and he got injured towards the end of the season, so that didn't help you there either.
Yeah, and then you got Justin Tucker, who a lot of people actually drafted in like the 6th or 7th round in kicker leagues because they just knew, this dude would be the number 1 kicker overall. Well, guess what? A rookie finished higher than him. Obviously, he's the number 2 kicker, but you could have got that rookie in the last round of your league. So not obviously not a bad kicker to draft, sure. But I mean, you kind of wasted your draft capital there.
Absolutely. Then there's Justin Fields. I mean, I'm disappointed in this, Justin. He going as the big 5th quarterback off the board in drafts. Had a couple games where he was great, but a lot of games where he was mid. That's not really what I'm looking for. Justin Fields, look for him to fall in drafts next season.
Without a doubt.
And the winner is for the shittiest Justin. Just, sir.
Yeah, man. Like we said, most people in the preseason were talking about, top 5 QB on the year. He finished as the QB 17, and he was taken in the 1st round of Superflex leagues. It's just really sad. But I do have a little game for you here, Bandy. It's called 2 QBs and a lie. Okay, so 2 of these QBs finished higher than Justin Herbert. One of them is a lie. You tell me which one's the lie. Derek Carr, Russell Wilson, Matthew Stafford.
So one of them did or didn't?
One of them was worse this year than Justin Herbert.
All right, give me him again.
You have Derek Carr, Russell Wilson, and Matthew Stafford.
I got to go Derek Carr.
Okay, and the answer is it was a trick question. They all finished higher than Justin Herbert. And Russell Wilson was benched in week 18.
Oh, ouch. Ouch, ouch. Justin Herbert really didn't do what we wanted you to do, buddy. Better luck next year, my friend.
Sad.
It's very sad, very sad. Now let's move on to the next category of the 2023 Fantasy Football Awards, and that is the Now I Pronounce You Chuck and Larry Award. And this is pretty self-explanatory. It's the best stack. What was the best stack in fantasy football this year? Let's see the nominees, Trey. We've got Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tua Tagovailoa and Tyreek Hill, Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, and Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown.
Yeah, starting off, Jared Goff and Amon-Ra, these guys were spectacular, especially Amon-Ra, just constantly targeting Amon-Ra, Goff was. And really, they led this offense to the playoffs, really, I think, based on the backs of these two guys. Outside of their running back room, these guys really put up the work for your fantasy team.
And then there's Tua and Tyreek. Need I say more? You got Tyreek Hill, finishes just amazingly. I think, what was he, the second, number 2 wide receiver? And then you got Tua, who really started off hot, started to struggle a little bit towards the end, but those two combined really helped you out.
No doubt. And then you've got Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. These guys have been on a major hot streak with connection, deep passes, deep touchdowns constantly. Dak only with 9 interceptions this year, really showed off from what he did last year, really putting in work. And him and CeeDee just have that great connection. It was great for fantasy.
And then there's Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown. Jalen Hurts finishes as the quarterback 2. A.J. Brown, he's like 3 or 4. He did really good as well. That's self-explanatory, man. These guys were just great this season, man. They were a great stack to withhold.
Yeah, obviously had a little falling off towards the end, but it was a good stack for most of the year.
Yeah. Did you make me do the Eagles on purpose?
Hey, it's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, buddy. And let's see. The winner is of the I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry Award is CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott.
Man, I hate giving an award to the Cowboys, but Dak and CeeDee Lamb were it. CeeDee Lamb finishes the wide receiver 1 in PPR, Dak the QB3. They had almost 800 combined fantasy points together, just 2 players. These guys won you weeks outright. You could get CeeDee as the 6th wide receiver off the board, kind of at the 1-2 turn, and Dak was the 10th quarterback off the board. So, these guys completely gave you all value from their draft positions, and they really did it for your fantasy team.
Yeah, look for all that to change next season and next draft. CeeDee Lamb going as the number 2 wide receiver off the board, do you think?
If not the number 1, depending on the quarterback situation with Justin Jefferson, I think that will be a factor. But I think CeeDee Lamb could definitely be, thought of as the first wide receiver off the board in a lot of leagues. For sure.
Good stuff. Let's go ahead and move on to our last and final category. That is the Captain My Captain Award. This is the leader of your fantasy team, the guy, probably the best draft pick that we think you could have possibly made. What do you think, buddy? Let's go ahead and get to the nominees. Gone to the nominees. We've got Tyreek Hill, Josh Allen, Christian McCaffrey, and CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, starting off, Tyreek Hill, having almost hit 2,000 yards this season. Just went crazy for your fantasy team. Wide receiver 2 on the year. Dude went off for you.
Yeah, buddy. Then you got Josh Allen, consistently the quarterback 1 throughout the entire season. I remember just constantly checking to see if somebody would come ahead of him. He stayed consistently at your QB1 spot. Josh Allen, captain, my captain.
And then you got Christian McCaffrey, pretty self-explanatory. This dude went off every week just about. The amount of touchdowns, like he had the streak for the most touchdowns almost for the longest time. Dude just went crazy for your team.
Yeah, buddy. Then you got CeeDee Lamb. Just talked a lot about this wide receiver, how he's going to move up in drafts. CeeDee Lamb he really did what you needed him to do, man. You got him for value, obviously, and he was just an amazing wide receiver this season, buddy.
no doubt.
And the winner of the Captain, My Captain Award is CM.
Christian McCaffrey, if you took CMC first overall, you probably won your league outside of some flukes. He had more than 100 fantasy points than the RB2. That's why he kind of won this award, because obviously Hill and Lamb had a little bit more fantasy points. But the fact that he had 100 fantasy points in between RB1 and RB2 really set him apart for your team. He had 21 total touchdowns this year and over 2,000 yards from scrimmage. He played every single game, was never hurt. He had 2 finishes all year outside of the top 15, 9 finishes in the top 5.
Oof. Amazing. Yeah, man. When I really think about if there was one person that I could have on my team, it would have been Christian McCaffrey, man.
Yeah, man. And I mean, I never got to draft high enough to take him.
Exactly. Same here, buddy. Same here. Never got a piece of that action. Man, it's been a great year, buddy. A great year, a great season. Fantasy championships won. Yeah. What do you think, man?
Yeah, man, it's been crazy, obviously the ups and downs, the highs and lows, but we love this game, and that's exactly why we do it, and all these guys that we're hating on, these are guys that we're probably going to draft next year because we're banking on a better future, so we still love you, don't worry, but we got to give you a little hate, the way that this year turned out, but we still love you guys, and we're here to rock on and get some fantasy on.
That's right. And I know it's summertime, guys, but if you still want to be a part of our family, our Patreon is out there. Go to patreon.com/4thandflex to become a part of our family and just hang out with your boys. And as per usual, there's always this one thing that I always have to mention, Trey.
That one thing would be that we have merch.
We do got merch. If you go down in the description, you will see a link to take you to the place that makes all our merch, guys. Go in there, support the show. Yeah, I love it, buddy. I love it, man. Great season. Just to throw that out there one more time, this show is and has been presented by BetOnline, guys. Thank you, BetOnline, for sponsoring this show. And, well, Trey, final thoughts, man. Season's been wrapped up. The playoffs are coming. What do you got for us?
Fly, Eagles, fly, baby.
Oh, boy. As you can see, man, for the Monday night matchup, we had to rock with our teams, man. I mean, it's just kind of a little bit of poetic justice that it comes down to this. I hated on the Eagles all season long, and now my season is going to depend on the Eagles.
There you go. Give me that tush push.
Oh, it better not. They better not win because of the tush push, dude. That's all I got to say, man. And if it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We shall see thee on the next one. Peace.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up.
Balls to steal this guy. He's got big balls.